I think that this is interesting because normally we think about disinformation as something that we've all seen in politics over the past few years. Politicians have become experts at pushing some information out around their rivals. And even if it's not necessarily true, as long as it goes viral, it helps them. And so this is a particular feature of social media that I think it's become quite problematic in politics. But I wrote about this recently because I saw Gartner actually suggesting that this is going to be one of the top enterprise technology trends in 2025. And I thought, well, that seems odd, because I thought that we were talking about politics. But when I started looking at it more and more, it seems that there is deliberate disinformation around corporate brands. And if you look online at discussions around products or brands, there is misinformation all over the place. But we know about bad information. This is people that are mistaken, people that just don't like a product. So this is not like an actual kind of disinformation campaign. What I think we're seeing here is almost like corporate sabotage online becoming a problem. And I think that this will only get worse as we see AI audio and video becoming much more powerful, and people being able to easily clone the voice of a chief executive of a rival brand saying something outrageous, but then leaking it out onto Twitter. And so I think this is something that companies, it's kind of gone under the radar, but it's something we've all experienced in the news. But I think it's about to become a corporate problem as well.
The potential for corporate abuse of misinformation is massive right now, or disinformation. Look, at the end of the day, we've already seen a very strong track record in how this has impacted politics. I don't think there should be any question that any type of an enterprise should be looking to try and face down disinformation as it relates to their own brand. Mark used a really good example there about cloning voices, the capacity to easily clone a profile on social media of a leading executive, to clone a corporate website or a screenshot of a corporate website with information is very much out there. We're facing a lot of issues in terms of the refusal of many social networks to actively or correctly police what's being put up on their networks, to take down disinformation when it comes to politics. The same will apply to enterprises as well. And as it relates to some of these different challenges, this is again going to put a whole new layer of complexity on enterprises to defend themselves against this, to track disinformation, to identify it, and to make sure that it is corrected as quickly as possible. We've all heard about what has been referred to as war rooms, or crisis management. This is going to take on a whole new level of complexity as we move into corporate disinformation, because we all know the impact that it's had politically. Just imagine what it's going to have on consumers when they're being asked to pick a different product or a service, and they're being subjected to a bombardment potentially of information that is just simply false.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you can easily imagine situations here where publicly traded companies especially can see their share price move very quickly when there's some bad news. So the temptation is there for bad actors to short sell a publicly traded company and then leak out some negative information about that company, watch the share price crash 20%, and then just clean up at the end of the day when the real news comes out. I think that one of the things related to this that is also problematic is that there's, especially over the last decade, become a general distrust of many media brands. And so, it would be very hard for, if some negative news about a company goes viral, for everybody from the New York Times to the BBC to CNN to start saying online, this is not true, this is not real. Because there's just now so many people that believe their social networks before major media outlets. So it's becoming something that I'm not sitting here with an answer for it, but I think that it's something that major brands have got to be aware of, and definitely sort of think in terms of how they set up their technology and how they communicate.